Off Limits is the money podcast that blows up stereotypes, showing you that managing money doesn't have to be hard.
We want you to thrive, not only with your money, but in every part of your life.
What you will get out of this podcast is real, relatable, and relevant tips and strategies that you can apply today. Hi, I'm Donald Raymond, and this is
Christine Spiak. We are money coaches, business owners, and colleagues who are passionate about helping you become more of who you are. So if you're ready, join us.
That's part of your story, right? You guys are now going to take that early retire or that optional lifestyle, work optional lifestyle earlier than expected. And I think that's great, but it's because you never took your eye off the ball, right? That accountability piece. And you guys didn't do that on your own. You guys did that with professionals in your corner.
Right, absolutely. So I want to say we were clear about it. We were clear about our goals, and then we worked with somebody, or we still do. We work with somebody who we know, like, and trust. He is a fiduciary. He has our best interest in mind, and he is helping us to get to where we want to go. And because of that, and because we started working with him now since 2018, Donald alluded to the fact of this work optional. My husband's 6 years older than me. So retiring at age 67 for him, we thought was going to be our reality. Because we've been working with this financial professional, he can now have that work optional lifestyle at age 58.
Yeah, so let's get relatable with everybody real quick, right? We talked about 3% more growth working with a professional. Let's make that retiring 10 years earlier than you thought, right?
Right. And that wasn't even our goal.
Exactly.
Like we didn't even know to make it a goal. It was an unintended consequence because we learned healthier habits with our money. We are content in our life, right? We're not just living in the moment and we show restraint with our money. It's not just money in, money out. And the goal setting is so important because when it comes to spending money, because we know short term right now, we're saving up to buy our next car and a camper because we want to start seeing the country. We're working on these short term goals, and our long term goal is having a lake house. So because we know this and this is what we're working on, when we have money coming in, sure, we can take vacations now, we can go out to eat now, but it's in proportion to us achieving these goals that we have.
And how easy would it be without the accountability of the long-term goal to just spend all of that money in the short term? Sarah, you said, if that money's in the bank account, zero-based budgets, we're giving every dollar a job, right? So we're going to spend that money somewhere. And if we don't have these long-term goals, we don't have these retirement vehicles, it might never make it into one of those categories. So, yeah, I think that's pretty important.
Christine said something I believe, really set someone up for success financially is living within your means. And going back to the younger investors, it's hard when you see your friends, buying the new car, getting the new house, buying this expensive, whatever it might be that you and your peers are into. They're spending that money now, and it's hard not to compare yourself. But you will, as you age, those material things don't become as important. And the sooner you can learn that, live within your means and don't compare yourself. There might be a financial facade up. That person might not really be able to afford that lifestyle they're living. Be comfortable and true to who you are. And then you're going to be Christine and her husband who are now, hey, we're retiring 10 years early. We have a camper. We are purchasing that lake house. We're living life now. Whereas, people who maybe overlived younger are still paying for those consequences later on.
Well, they're asking that question. When is it too late? Is it too late for me to invest? Do I have enough time? And you're having that uncomfortable conversation with them about, well, listen, here's our runway. This is what it's going to take. Can you guys do this, right? Do you have the resources to do this, or how? How do you do this? Yeah. Or it's the other side. What adjustments? What are we going to have to dial back because we didn't plan, right? Or because we overlived?
Yep. I really think about whether it's, talking with Sarah today, taking the time and listening to this episode, and when you turn it off, think about what do you really want in your life? Is it the pool today? Is it the expensive vacation to Disney? Is it the really nice expensive car? Is that really what's making you happy in your life? And if it's not what you want, If it's something more towards your future, then set yourself up for success. Hire that financial professional so you can achieve what you really want, not what you see when you're scrolling through social media or what your next door neighbor is, doing at their house. So you're trying to one up them and do it at your house too. But use this episode as a moment in time to reflect and gain clarity on your own goals.
It's accountability again.
And your decisions are substantial. If you're not showing restraint today, then when you get, you just mentioned, how long is your runway? Well, when your runway is very short and you didn't show restraint when you were younger, I want to be thriving in retirement. I don't want to just be relying on Social Security. That's living below the poverty line if you're going to just rely on Social Security.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Off Limits.
Beyond the podcast, we are money coaches who want to help you.
So if you are looking for help managing your money, use the links in the description below to contact either of us and learn how coaching can help you thrive.
Lastly, please help us to spread the word by subscribing, leaving a comment, and sharing our podcast with your friends and family.